Galatians chapter 3 verses 13 and 14. Christ has redeemed us from the curse of the law, having become a curse for us, for it is written, "Cursed is everyone who hangs on a tree," that the blessing of Abraham might come upon the Gentiles in Christ Jesus, that we might receive the promise of the Spirit through faith. God's blessings are part of our inheritance, in the new covenant of grace, which Jesus died to give us. Isn't it interesting that the Lord is very specific, in mentioning that Christ became a curse for us on the cross, so that we can experience and enjoy the blessing of Abraham? He does not want us to simply experience any kind of blessing. He wants us to experience the blessing of Abraham. I think it behooves us then to find out what the blessing of Abraham is and who can receive it. The Bible tells us that if you are Christ's, then you are Abraham's seed, and heirs according to the promise. Are you in Christ? Do you belong to Jesus? Then that makes you an heir according to the promise. Every believer in Christ is an heir. Whenever you hear the word heir, it speaks of something good. It speaks of an inheritance that you didn't work for, an inheritance that is yours not because of what you do, but because of whom you belong to. In this case, as a new covenant believer in Jesus, you belong to Jesus, and you have a blood-bought inheritance in Christ as the seed of Abraham. You, the beloved, are an heir according to the promise. Now, there are many promises in the Bible, but what is the promise that God made to Abraham? We can't claim this promise if we don't know what it is. We need to go to the Bible to establish what the promise is. And we find the answer in Romans 4:13, "For the promise that he would be the heir of the world, was not to Abraham or to his seed through the law, but through the righteousness of faith." The promise to Abraham and his seed, you and I, is that he would be the heir of the world. In the original Greek text, the word world here is cosmos. Its meaning includes the whole circle of earthly goods, endowments, riches, advantages, pleasures. That is what our inheritance is through Jesus' finished work. In Christ, you are an heir of the world, its goods, its endowments, its riches, its advantages, and its pleasures. This is the promise that God made to Abraham and his seed. It is your inheritance in Christ. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and comment. Feel free to share with someone who needs God's grace right now. Kindly subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified. And watch other inspirational videos like this.